Shortly the bear is a fair-sized ball of hair, claw, and his belly by fall is almost as round as you are tall. But early in May, when the days start to grow and the snow goes away and the birds start to crow, while that burly big bear sniffs his first scent of air, and there on the breeze is a fresh scent of bees and the honey they make all sweet to the taste. So he lumbers his frame, the direction his brain, sure that the smell he was smelling now came with his nose to the ground and his ears twitching round. He attuned to the sound of the bees as they cruised through the trees when the leaves that had sprung were still tender and young, and no berries appear at that time of year. So he climbed up this hill with a will in his mind, determined to find his fill of the kind of nectar the bees are pleased to produce but not pleased to provide to burly big bears. So try as he might now despise such a sight that was bright and was sunny, where a hive full of honey was alive on a limb, so the whim of his tummy would be wetted by the running of honey. So icky and sweet it would stick to his feet and his claws and his jaws and the tip of his nose, and flow so slow that the lap of his lip and the tip of his tongue had begun to believe that the dream he conceived was really the truth. But the proof of the matter was, shortly weren't no fatter, and that pool on his snout was just drool he let out as he dreamt of his bout with a hive full of bees, and the tummy he pleased with the honey he squeezed. So he loped down the trail through this vale to the valley and this log that led into the bog. Now at that very same time, this dog that I know knows that log shortly knows in the bog, and he'll go in the fog or the snow to chase frogs. And I know that this dog that I know will chase hogs, the odd doe, and knows frogs are quite slow. But that day in May, well, as I spied this cat sat in a stump, rump, plump, and fat, and he jumped to the chase, and his pace would have caught her if not for this otter. Lit past his flank, slid down the bank, hid in the water. Dog couldn't spot her, but he still splashed about. When he came out, slipping and slopping and dripping and dropping and tripping on rocks, his eyes caught the sight of a white furry hare, a pair of white ears, and no fears, no cares. When that dog saw that hare, he was quite unaware that that bear was also right there. So that dog chased the hare as it hopped here and there till his eyes caught the glare of a white stripe on black. He decides to attack in spite of the stunk, till that stripe sprayed his gunk right with its funk, and that junk stung his eyes, and he slunk through his cries, and he stunk and was blind and ran thunk into the hind of that bear. Well, that bear isn't blind, but it don't look behind his big burly hind when the dog hit his flank, cause his nose got the stank and his mind thunk. Ooh, that stunk now can only be skunk, and since skunk ain't no meat, now no bear's gonna eat. He saddled his feet and then paddled the creek, cause it dunkled the feet, now the funk at the reek of the skunk, which ain't sweet. While that bear's in the water, he sees that otter, but also a pike which he likes, so he strike one bite, caught her. The otter applauds with her paws in the water as she watched that bear eat, as the sun beat his hide at the side of the creek. Now, after a snack and a quick roll on his back, shortly the bear took a walk, stalked that hare, scared two hawks, a fox, and a mare got lost but didn't care, because, well, hell, he's a bear. Climbed this hill to a peak where a sugar maple seed from a hole in his bark, all that syrup that's dark and it's sweet like a glue on his feet, and he licked and he sucked as it ran down his paw when he saw by the pines a honeycomb so fine. His mind didn't buy what his eyes said this by, but his nose wouldn't lie about something that sweet. So he licked off his feet and he ran down the hill as he dreamed of his fill of the nectar of bees. It's that easy to please a bear. But the bees in the hive need the honey to survive, so the trees and the flowers in the spring come alive with the greens and the golds of their multicolored shows. But as far as it goes with the bees and the trees, they ain't pleased with the likes of a bear. So as soon as he starts with paws in their hive, they attempted to drive him away with their stings, and the pain that it brings to his sides and his back continued to attack till the pleasure he received from the honey he retrieved was not worth the pain he felt in his brain. But now running away was a strain, cause the stings from them bees swelled all four of his knees. But he made it to the lake with the bees in his wake, still buzzing and mad about the feast that he'd had, and he managed to hide beneath the cool of the tide till the swelling and the bees blew away in the breeze.